Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk a little bit about premium starter ships. There are a lot of starter ships in the game now, and they all basically have variants or versions that are supposed to add additional functionality. And a lot of these come at a price premium, so they are considered premium starter ships. Now, how useful that additional functionality is kind of what's in question here. And I think this is kind of the mashup of the century because a lot of these ships are coming in with similar use case and functionality, and uh, the price points vary a little bit. So really, you really want to consider what is valuable, not only to you, but what is going to be useful in the game. Again, some of these ships don't have all of their functionality in yet, and they're waiting for various gameplay loops. But uh, supposedly, these are going to unlock various gameplay for the player. Now, how lucrative these additional gameplay loops are going to be makes these less of a consideration because in the game right now, there are certain things that make good money, and you don't really need a lot of these ships to accomplish that. Okay, so I kind of just wanted to go over and compare the base model of these ships to their premium variants. And what a perfect place to start uh, with the cutter. Now, as a lot of us know, with the cutter Rambler coming out, um, it sacrifices some of the cargo space for an extended interior. Now, a lot of people love the interiors in Star Citizen, and having more interior space, especially in a starship, is a welcome addition because a lot of the starships don't really have a spacious interior. Okay, but the standard cutter is kind of like the starter ship that leads in its interior space. Okay, the standard cutter has more interior space than most other starships on this list. Okay, so to add more habitation area and lose cargo, I feel like for a lot of people that's a tough pill to swallow, especially because the things that you're getting are kind of redundant. You're getting a table and a chair and a jump seat and a suit locker and more weapons racks. And the way a lot of people look at that is that, well, you can get a personal inventory cargo box and put your weapons and your suit, and you can always sit. You can always have a friend sit on the bed, to be G safe. And because it's a starter ship, you're most likely going to be flying it solo. So how often are you going to use the jump seat? And you're getting all of these things, but again, you're sacrificing 2 SCU of cargo, which you can use the new personal storage boxes for. And these are inventories that you can transport with you anywhere. So there's a big advantage in having that extra cargo space. And then you have the cutter, which again sacrifices a little cargo space, but you don't get more interior. What you do get with the cutter is that size 2 scanner and size 2 cooler and power plant to kind of manage that size 2 scanner. Now, the cutter scouts gameplay isn't really in the game yet. So right now, it kind of just functions as a regular cutter, but you have less space back there. So from the standpoint of how useful it is right now, the standard cutter is kind of your best choice. The cutter Rambler is supposed to have more fuel, but CIG hasn't really enabled that yet. So right now, basically, you're getting a cutter that has less storage space. So again, the standard cutter seems very attractive. Okay, so the Pisces is the next ship variant that we have here, and the Pisces has a more combat focused variant and a medical variant. And the the medical variant is actually a extremely useful ship. And even the regular Pisces and the more combat focused Pisces is a very useful ship. Now, the Pisces does not have a bed to log out in, and it doesn't have a bathroom, uh, but it has good SU stores and it has two jump seats. It, in my opinion, is less of a starter ship and more of a shuttle. And then the Pisces R again is the rescue variant. In my opinion, it is one of the most useful starter ships out there because you can, heal injuries by using the medical bed in this ship. Okay, again, it doesn't have a bed to log out in, it doesn't have any cargo storage, but it is relatively maneuverable. It can handle itself a little bit, and of course, you can, restore your health in the medical bed. So, the Pisces R is a good upgrade from the standard Pisces. So in that sense, I would say the Pisces R is kind of a winner. Then we have the Titan. Okay, the standard Titan has a bed to log out in, doesn't have a bathroom, but it has a secondary exit. It has good cargo, but you can also fit ground vehicles inside, just like the Cutter. So the standard Cutter and the Titan both can have a ground vehicle inside. Now the Warlock is your interdiction ship, but because it has that EMP device inside the back of it, you can't carry any cargo and you can't carry any ground vehicles realistically. So it is basically just dedicated to interdiction. But for piracy, it is very useful. So you can use it and make money in the game right now. Then you have the Stalker, which is kind of like the police variant. It has the prisoner pods on the inside. And right now, that kind of bounty hunting gameplay really isn't in the game right now. But I believe it does have an EMP if you kind of want to use it for piracy as well. But again, you're sacrificing the cargo, you're sacrificing the ability to carry a ground vehicle. In my opinion, it because its price is so competitive. I mean, it's the same price as the regular Titan. Why not? But again, with the Titan, you're getting the cargo, you're getting the ability to carry a ground vehicle. Right now, for the gameplay that is available, it makes more sense to get the standard Titan. So the thing with the Stalker that makes the Stalker unique is that it's not really a premium starter ship because it is so relatively affordable. Okay. Then we have the Aurora line. And the Aurora line is kind of like an enigma, in my personal opinion. It is so cheap, but they all are so similar. Okay. The ES is $20 and is basically the exact same platform as the CL, which is more than double price. Okay. Now CL can carry more cargo. Okay. I believe it can carry up to 6 SU of cargo. But they all have beds to log out in. They all have similar weapons loadouts, I believe. They all have roughly the same handling. The MR, I believe, is the ES is the stock variant, the CL is the cargo variant, the LN is the military variant. I'm not sure what the MR is, but I believe the MR is supposed to be like the luxury variant or something like that. But again, at the end of the day, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. The LN, I believe this is the one that you get with the basic starter package. Either the LN, the MR. but you can get the CL. I believe they're all available at a similar time, but uh, there's not that much difference between them. So whether you get one or the other, it doesn't really make that much difference. Okay, then we have the origin ships, and I kind of put the 300 and 100i kind of together here to kind of show the price similarities with these ships because the 100 series has gone up in price. Okay, so the 100i is $50. Okay, $50. You're getting a bed to log out in, but you don't have a bathroom. Again, hygiene's not really in the game right now, so that's up to you whether that matters or not. But with the standard 300i, you're getting more cargo, you're getting a bathroom, um, and you're getting, high DPS. $10 more, you're getting a lot. Then you have the 125A. This is like the combat variant, $60. Same price as the 300i, but it has basically the same weapons loadout as the 100i. The 125A, in my opinion, isn't different enough to warrant that $60 price tag. For that $60 price tag, you might as well just get a 300i. Then you have 315p compared with the 135C. And the 135C at $65, again, same price as the 315p, but that 315p, again, this is the cargo variant, exploration. Okay, you've got a tractor beam on there. So you're getting a tractor beam, you're getting more cargo. Of course, you have the bathroom interior. You're getting, more firepower, and again, it's just more ship for the same price. So why get the 135C? Okay, and then the 125A at $70 is supposed to be the racing variant, I believe. No, the combat variant, and of course you're getting, the most DPS and stuff like that. $10 more. But for most people, that standard 300i is gonna be just about all you need. And then you can kind of upgrade the weapons or whatever you want in game. So, in my opinion, the standard 100i is not a bad ship to get, and the standard 300i is not a bad ship to get. And I would say, maybe that 315p is not a bad ship to get either because of the tractor beam, but it's not really something that you could use with cargo because again, 350 the 315p doesn't really carry that much cargo, so you're not really gonna need the tractor beam for cargo stuff. What you're gonna use the tractor beam for, CIG might expand upon that a little bit later, but for right now, uh, I in my personal opinion, I think that 300i is looking like pretty good deal. Okay, then we have the Mustang series. Okay, you have the standard Mustang, you have the Beta, the Gamma, and the Delta. Okay, so the Delta is the military combat variant, coming to $65. Again, for that price, same price as the 315p. $65 is getting up there. The Gamma, this is the racing variant. The Beta has like an interior, but you give up the cargo for $40. And the Alpha, this is the one that you get with the game package. It has the cargo box, but it doesn't have a bed to log out in. So the Beta has a bed to log out in, but doesn't have the cargo box. The Alpha is a cargo box, but not the bed to log out in. The Gamma doesn't have either, and Delta doesn't have either, but is for combat. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about these ships, but my personal opinion, the Alpha is probably the way to go, in my opinion, here out of this list. If you're really serious about racing, $55 is not actually a bad deal. It's about the same price as a Fury, but the Fury does fly better. But the Gamma, you're getting a quantum drive. So if you want a racing ship that has a quantum drive at the same price as a Fury, Gamma might not be a bad deal, but I would say right now, beta, um, it, it's not great. It's not that competitive in my opinion. Now again, because it has that interior, you can log out in there. You can do box missions with it, but I don't know. And the alpha's storage box is very interesting, with because it's not a conventional cargo grid. It's kind of just a place where you can, put boxes for box missions. So having various size SU cargo boxes back there is kind of more of a struggle. Okay. All right, then we have the Reliance series. So you have the Core, the Tanner, the Sen, and the Mako. So the Core is your cargo variant. This does not have a bed to log out in, but it is pretty heavily armed. It's a pretty interesting ship. Coming in $65 is kind of pricey for its cargo capacity. Then you have the Tanner at $75. This is the combat variant. It does have a interior, but it does not really have a lot of cargo space. Then you have the Reliance Sen. This is the science variant. It has no gameplay right now, and it doesn't really have good weapons. Then you have the Mako, which is like broadcasting, and it's a camera ship. Its gameplay is not in yet, and it does not have cargo, it does not have good weaponry. It's coming at $95. So in my personal opinion, with the Reliance series, kind of the best ship to get in the lineup, in my opinion, is the Core. Even though the Core doesn't have a bed to log out in, it has good weaponry and you can do cargo in it. Now, you're just not going to be using it as a ship to log out in. You just go from station to station, city to city, and that's kind of no problem. Again, in star systems, especially like Stanton, I really don't think you're going to need to log out in your ship. You could, more than likely just get back to your home city or wherever it is. When you're trading, especially, you're going to, more than likely go from spaceport to spaceport or space station to space station. So having a bed to log out in isn't as necessary if you get that cargo space. So for $65, again, it is kind of like in the price range with some other ships here, but it is still relatively competitive in my opinion, and the Reliant is a very cool ship. Yeah, to me it kind of seems like the base models of all of these ships are kind of the one to go for, except maybe the Pisces are. In most cases, I would take the Core over the other versions. In most cases, I would take the Alpha over the other versions, unless you are, serious about racing. In most cases, I would take the regular 100i over the 125A and the 135C. In most cases, I would take the regular 300i over the 315P and 325A, because again, the weaponry on the 325A and the regular 300i are very similar, and you have cargo with the 300i. In most cases, there's not that much of a difference between the Aurora series, the standard Aurora, whichever one it is pretty much good enough. The Avenger Titan. Now, of course, if you're interested in piracy, you're gonna want a ship that, like the Warlock or the Stalker, those ships might interest you. But unless you're interested in bounty hunting and piracy, I would say just go with the Titan. So the standard Titan is the winner here. Again, the Pisces I would say, is significantly better than the regular Pisces because it has that medical bed. This is the only premium starter ship that I would really recommend here. And then last, the Cutter. Of course, the standard Cutter, in my opinion, is better than the Scout and the Rambler, because it's just more useful right now. The Scouts features is not in the game right now. And the Rambler, in my opinion, unless you need the extra fuel, or CIG balances in some way, don't ask me. I don't know what their plans are for it. I would just go with the regular cutter. So, in my opinion, the standard starter ship is going to be the way to go in most cases, except if you want to do bounty hunting and piracy. You might want to look at the various Avenger ships, and unless you're interested in medical gameplay, you might want to look at the C8R. But for the most part, all the other variants, premium variants, just aren't worth it in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I have this channel so I can talk to you guys, so you can talk to me, so we can share ideas, share opinions, and kind of talk about this stuff in the community, because I think these topics are very interesting. My personal opinion, right now it looks like the premium starships don't make a whole lot of sense, and there's a lot of them. But again, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this topic? So yeah, that's going to be it for me here today. You guys don't want to take up too much more of your time. I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support on the videos. This is so much fun to be able to do with you guys. The holidays are in full effect. Luminalia is alive. Go check out the website to claim your gifts, your free gifts, in-game flair items, in-game skins and stuff like that, all free. You don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, get involved with Luminalia. I believe there are also gifts, missions you can do to deliver gifts. You can find gifts littered all around landing stations, and they pay out money. Again, I haven't had time to jump in and take a look at that, but you guys are not going to want to miss all that stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it for me here today, you guys. Like I always say at the end of these videos, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salut.